Hey guys, and welcome to the E-25 tank review. Now, this little beast is the Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer. And to start off with, it has 830 hit points, which is pretty average. And its weight is around 27 tons, but with a horsepower of... Now, I wouldn't advise ramming things in this tank because you'd get most of the damage done to yourself. But to add on to that, it gets 700 brake horsepower, which makes its top speed limit 65 kilometers per hour, and that that basically highlights its strong point: speed. Everything about it is fast, and its traverse speed is 44 degrees per second. So I've had moments where I'm against TDs or turretless tanks, and I'm able to flank around them or duke them really easily because my my traverse speed is basically the same as a medium or even a scout's. So I have that slight edge over everyone else. Now the hull armor is 50 millimeters at the front. Now, bearing in mind this tank does get preferential matchmaking, which means that the highest tier it can ever come up against is tier 5s. Sorry, not tier 5s, tier 8s. Now, with 50 millimeters at the front, 30 millimeters at the side, and 30 at the back, that's not gonna ricochet any shells. No matter how much sloping it has, it won't really ricochet much due to the poor armor. Now, sometimes on the sides you might have some troll hits that get absorbed by the tracks, but other than that, you're pretty screwed. Now, to get onto the gun, it is a 77 millimeter caliber. The caliber is 77 millimeters, and the rate of fire is 20 rounds per minute. And added on with a tank gun rammer, you can get this tank's reload speed down to 2.5 seconds. And with a damage per shot of 135, you can seriously get some decent DPM going. But you have to bear in mind that the average penetration of this tank's normal shells is 150 millimeters. So I always carry around 8 APCR shells because one, they don't cost that much, and I will need that 194 penetration eventually. And now to get onto the accuracy, the aim time is 1.5 seconds. So if you think that's good, try putting on a gun lane drive, which makes it even better. Now, I've given this E-25, just made its strong points even stronger instead of focusing on its weak points and making them stronger. Now there's no point really loading HE, but I still carry some shells around because you might need to decap or something. And now onto the gun traverse speed. I don't even know why they included that 44 degrees per second, but I suppose it's the same as the rotation speed. Now, another weakness, the view range. It's 360 meters, which isn't that good at all. But I suppose if you get up to a good spot, this tank has a really low profile, so you can hide from shells and run away pretty easily. But the signal range is an awesome 710 meters, so your team can do the spotting and you can just do the shooting. Don't necessarily need to spot for your team. Now, to add on to that, I just carry a camouflage net because this thing's camo rating is really good, but as I said, I want to make its strong points even stronger. So I put on a camouflage net, and it's in a double bush situation, it's virtually undetectable. Now let's move on to some gameplay. So the matchup is fairly decent with 3 tier 8s on each team, and the rest of the tanks just tier 7 and 6. Now that's pretty decent matchmaking, bearing in mind that this tank does get preferential matchmaking, which means that the highest tier tank that it will ever come up against, unless you're in a platoon, is tier 8. So I'm thinking my view range, as you can see on the mini-map below, isn't enough to scout those tanks going down here from this position, but my radio is good enough to see those if they are spotted up by this Hellcat progressing up there. So I'm hoping that he can get up some good spots, and so me and the guys over here can, me and this 87 over here can take them out with our rapid gunfire. So we miss our opportunity on the Hellcat, but this Tiger too, everyone's missing him except for me, and there we go, I put in 256 damage. And then put another one in, and not sure if that went in, but it's best if you do shots like that. Now this Black Prince, much slower target, much easier for me to shoot at. 3 shots. Okay, missed that one, went slightly too low. 4 shots. 5 shots. Then he stops behind that building because he knows what's gonna come if he keeps on going. So I'm seeing if I can take down this building. And there we are, the Black Prince gets killed. And that quickly we managed to take out our Black Prince and put the Tiger 2 onto, take away like at least a quarter of its health. And that puts me up to 1114 damage already. So, to be honest, in the E-25, I play fairly YOLO because it is a premium tank, and even with its DPM, you can actually go face hug tanks and see what you can do. And even in losses, it makes money, so I don't mind that much about dying early. So, now that they've started to gap, I'm thinking we should, or I should do a circling maneuver. And then I'm joined by our 87 and the Hellcat. They start to slow down, starting to doubt it. I'm seeing if I can get a shot off into the cap. Could I? No, because the tanks down there aren't seen that well. Still looking, and then that T-25 pops out and we're able to put a shot off into him. Now, since I'm using the, I think it's gun laying drive, yes, this tank's aim time is even better. It's awesome without it, but with it, it just gives you that extra edge. Put one shot into that Tiger 2's turret. Sorry there, I didn't see that, I was just dreaming. Now, IS-3 side on, because they have spaced armor, you don't have that much of a chance to pen them. Our team taking out that RT. Now I can see this 87's taking fire. But from where? And there we are, Panzer SFL 5. One shot sets him on fire. Then our excellent DPM can take him out quickly. But he's finished off by our teammate. That Hellcat puts one shot off into us. I know there's a Borsig somewhere down there, and I want to keep below this ridgeline so he can't put a shot on me. I keep on trying to avoid that Hellcat. Now I know if he's using the big gun, he's got 8-second reload. So I just go right into him, and this tank's aim on the move is excellent. So now I know there's some stragglers, heavies left behind in the cities. I wouldn't call it a city, just town. So I'm going in and going to put some shots right onto their back. progressing my way through these alleys and streets. And hello, IS. First shot sets him on fire. Second shot pins him. Third shot ricochets. And then we finish him off. He's not even able to put a single shot off into us. Now this Tiger 2's turn. I know his ammo rack's placed in his turret, so I'm just gonna shoot there to see if we can do anything. Now I know that he's turning his gun to me, and because this tank's low profile, he can't exactly get his gun depression down so far that he can kill me, or shoot me in fact. And there we are, finished him off as well, without taking a single hit. So the only hit we've actually managed to take is from the Hellcat back there, but we killed him. So I'm not gonna cap, I wanna go out there and get that extra damage. Now if I was in a slow tank, oh, let's compare it to the Jagdpanther. If I was in that, I wouldn't have much of a chance to get to those two remaining enemies on J2 in that area, because it isn't as fast as the E-25. Possibly we'll just cap by then. All the enemies would have been killed by that time. Now I don't know, that Tiger tried to take a shot at me for some reason, but I just carry on pretending that didn't happen. Now none of them are looking at me, but I know I can pen the Borsig with all of my shots. So just take him out first. And now I'm loading premium shells for this T-32 and aiming at his lower plate so we can get that penetration. Missed that last shot. Pen this one, pen the second one, and the last one goes in, and then he's finished by Artie. So there we are, this is the gameplay for the E-25. I finished on 4 kills and 4,405 damage in a tier 8 game as well. So this tank's excellent DPM can get you that amount of damage in a game quite easily. But bearing in mind that you can't brawl with it so much against higher tier tanks because your armor is paper thin. So hope you enjoyed this replay. Please remember to subscribe and like, and in the chat below, maybe write down what tank I should review next. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later.